Today is the day we try to figure out what is going on with this headlight. The key is on, but nobody's home. Stick around, stay tuned, and let's roll to that intro. Get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. What did I mean at the beginning of this video when I said the switch is on, but nobody's home, at least for the lighting anyway? As you could see up on the dash, every gauge is on. Look at there, look at there. This is part of the problem right here. We don't know what is going on. The key switch was on, guys. It's been on. It's been on since I started this video, but it decides when it wants to come on, per se. Now, at first, I thought that it was the key switch, but as you could see right there, we just turned the key switch on, and halo's working. All the dash lights are on, radio, volume controls, all of that work. Everything works as it should, but it decides when it wants to work and when it doesn't. For instance, you just seen it click on right there. But there are times that it won't do that at all. It takes me turning on either the left or the right turning signal, and it makes no difference which for it to either kick the system on or it will kick the system on. See, done it again. Makes no sense. Or it will kick the system on to where everything flashes. Now we're going to turn on the right turning signal just to kind of see if it does it. It's just kicking it on now. It's not going through the flash mode. But regardless of all of that, today we're going to take this outer shell of this fairing off and we're going to dig in. We're going to see if it's the headlight. We're going to see if it's possibly the turning signals. Maybe something in the LEDs is melted and crossed something up. We're going to see. I'm going to check everything. We're even going to check to see if it's stator or battery related, which I put a brand new battery in it, but who knows, guys? So let's get this fairing off and let's jump into it. With that headlight being unhooked, watch this. We can turn the key switch on and off as many times as we want. And I hope this isn't blinding you guys because I'm not trying to blind you guys. So just bear with me a second. We can turn this on and off as many times as we want. No issues, nothing. Jiggle the switch. Nothing, no issues. Just continue to do this. We can do this all day long. No problems. Okay, now let's get in here, turn this off, and then I'll put the headlight on and let's watch. The headlight's hooked up, but I do not have the little halo hooked up. Shouldn't be a big deal. This should still come on regardless. So we're going to go up here now and flip the switch. Headlight comes on, works as it should, correct? Don't want to damage my fender here. Now, we'll do the exact same thing with the ignition switch, on and off. And immediately, it went off. All of it went off. Now, if we unplug the headlight, nothing changes. But I can turn the ignition switch off and back on, and we're good. Now let's plug it back up. And see that, as soon as I plugged it up, it immediately went back off. Now I would like to say with 100% certainty that it is the headlight. But at this point, I can't, because there are a couple of factors or a couple of variables that I am seeing that could be an issue. One of those issues being the hot and the ground that are here. They're a little bit loose. Now I'm going to go through and reconnect these and re-crimp them, and I'm going to put dielectric grease on everything and process of elimination. Could it possibly be the stator or battery or something like that? Nah. At first I thought maybe, but now that I'm digging into this, no. I really wish I had another headlight available to me right now so we could just take a quick peek, but I don't, so we'll just process of elimination. Houston, I found a problem, but I don't necessarily know if it's the problem, but it's definitely a problem. Over on the table a while ago, I told you guys that I wasn't 100% sure that it was the headlight, but I wanted to run through some things to make sure that 100%, right? So we went through the wires, specifically the hot and the ground, because that's really all you need. There was some loose fittings there, but we crimped them, tightened them up, and I've plugged up everything off camera, of course, to see what we have. The problem still exists. I unplugged the headlight, and then it just so happened that I actually caught the problem with the headlight unplugged, and it was just for a split second. Okay, running with the switch, running with everything, you can hear all the relays and stuff kicking on and off, so everything's doing its thing. Well, I want to give a huge shout out right now to PW Patball, one of my subscribers. He actually left a comment in the comment section that said, "Hey, have you checked your load stabilizer?" No, I haven't. To be honest, I really didn't think anything about it. I figured it was just a plug and play system, and once you plug and play, you forget about it. Well, I came back over here, removed the saddlebags, actually went into this load stabilizer, and here's what I found. This is a customdynamics load stabilizer, and on these older bikes like this that doesn't have LED lighting, when you put LED lighting on them, you need something to kind of trick the system into thinking that it still has the incandescent bulbs in it. That way you don't get that hyper flash. So you get one of these customdynamics load resistors and you put it in line. It gets rid of that little wrench that is in your dash that pops up, and it gets rid of that hyper flash. Well, if you stop and think about it, isn't that kind of what's going on here? We're getting too much of a load and it's causing a hyper flash. Well, it would if everything is shorting out.
2,000 years later.
Good morning. It's now 2 days later and we still haven't resolved the problem. In fact, it's probably escalated a little bit more than when you guys seen it last. So last when we left off was actually working with that customdynamics load stabilizer. I personally thought that because it was gunked up and it was nasty, that it was possibly backfeeding, causing an issue. And yes, it could. But no, it wasn't the problem. The problem still remains. In fact, I've taken the light bulbs out, taken everything off the bike except the tank. And that's coming next if we can't get it figured out. But I've jiggled every wire. I've went through every little piece of wiring harness from here to the battery, minus taking off the tank. Like I said, you can kind of jiggle in between. Nothing changes. This thing comes and goes when it wants to. Now, some of you guys keep saying it's the headlight. I just honestly don't believe it is, but process of elimination, I had a headlight overnighted and it's sitting here. We're gonna change this headlight out and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if it fixes the problem. You guys keep saying Chinese junk, so let's see. What not better way to fix Chinese junk than with more Chinese junk? Or at least that's what you guys say. Myself personally, I have great luck out of this stuff. I mean, I can't see going and paying 6 times more for the same headlight from Harley-Davidson and paying that Harley-Davidson tax, and it's coming from China anyways. So what's the difference? Go straight to the source. So let's unplug this headlight and let's plug in the other one. And let's see if this actually fixes the problem. Fingers crossed that it does, but I really don't think that this is the problem. I don't know. I just don't. It's backfeeding somewhere. It's right back. It won't even turn this one on. Jiggling the switch, nothing. Wow, it won't even turn this one on, guys. Now let's plug the other one up real time right now. I just had this one on, so I know it works. And this is the stock one. Now you tell me what's going on. Wow.
3 hours later.
I just got back from AutoZone. I actually picked up a lighting relay. This is my last alternative. I really don't know what is left other than either the key switch or possibly a wire underneath the tank somewhere that could be causing an issue. If this isn't the issue, then I'm gonna have to take it somewhere. I'm gonna have to admit defeat, unfortunately. Now, this thing obviously is working because when we turn the key on, we can hear it, you can feel it click, but it does get a little warm, and I don't think they're supposed to get warm. I don't know, you guys can leave that in the comment section. Do these actually get warm? Well, this one is. So I don't know. It could possibly be breaking down on the inside and causing an issue. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws, guys. So let's put this new one in and let's see what happens. It took more load to run this new headlight for some reason, so I'm gonna leave it plugged up and just put the old one over here. Fingers crossed. Okay, it comes on. Really? Could that honestly be the problem? That was the problem. Feels good to have it fixed. She's all put back together, and guys, I'm 100% sure that it's fixed. I'm positive. It was 100% that relay. I have flipped this switch I don't know how many times trying to get it to go off. Will not go off. And honestly, I don't know if this is legit or not, but it even sounds like the fuel pump's even stronger. Now, I'm not sure that that has anything to do with the fuel pump, that particular relay, but I definitely think it sounds stronger. It wasn't doing that before, not like that. So it's definitely a lot louder. It could be in my head, but that ain't my head, and it's working. I personally want to thank everyone who commented in this situation, who left a comment and said, hey, check this or try this. Even to the dude who said, cheap China junk. Hey, I appreciate it. I went ahead and ordered a headlight anyway. Speaking of which, I did put that headlight in, not for the fact of that it was bad or I think it may be bad. I actually changed this headlight. One, I've gotten rid of all the LEDs, the underglow and all of that stuff. That particular light has a little LED ring around it. I just want rid of it. With that headlight, it looks cleaner, it looks better on the bike, and that's the main reason why I changed it. So other people don't say, oh, look at there, he changed that headlight, he said he wasn't going to. Yeah, I did, I changed it, but only because of that reason. Fam, that's all I've got for you for this week's video. I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you, truthfully. Until next week, are you ready? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.